Hello guys, welcome back to this channel. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are new here, my name is Sophie Waddington and on this channel we talk about manifestation and mindset. So please remember to subscribe and like this video, and if you are listening on the podcast, please go and leave me an Apple review because it will help me greatly. So today I've got something that I want to talk to you about that I really feel is going to change your life if this is not something that you are already aware of and working on. We are going to be talking about rewiring your subconscious mind in order to change your behaviours to those that align with the version of us that we are becoming, the one with our desired reality. You are programmed with a set of beliefs that you have been running off since you were a child. And these programs, these belief systems, are what is controlling every single behaviour in your world. Everything that you do and everything that you don't do is wholly dependent on the belief systems that are running in your programming. The messages that you received when you were younger, usually around ages 0 to 12 years old, are the beliefs that formed in your subconscious mind, and those beliefs created the identity that you are currently holding. And this is a necessary part of growing up. We have to be open to listening to all of these messages around us in order to help us learn all of the skills that we need to survive, like eating, talking, communicating, walking, learning how to survive in the world. They are really, really important things that we've got to learn as a child. However, some of the beliefs that were installed have been installed accidentally and are leading you to be limited in the life that you've got now. When we talk about identity in terms of manifestation, all that means is the set of beliefs that you hold about you, who you are, and how you get to experience and interpret the world around you. But identity is the thing that drives all of your behaviour. If you have a behaviour that you don't like right now, it's because of one of the belief systems that make up your identity. So you'll hear lots of people talking about beliefs in the manifestation world. You hear phrases like ask, believe, receive, and all of that. So often when you come across manifestation content for the first time, or maybe you just sort of dipped into the surface level of it, we have a lot of resistance to this idea that our beliefs can create a new reality, because it sounds a little bit too woo-woo. It sounds like you just believe something, it's just going to appear in a puff of smoke, and that's actually not the case. But belief is a massive, massive part of manifestation, and it's the beliefs that you are wired with in your subconscious mind. It's not just a case of just believing something and waiting for it to be delivered to you. People interpret it in this warped way that makes it seem like a genie in the lamp, and that is just not the case. That is not what manifestation is. Manifestation is the nature of how reality is created. It's why we all experience things in the same world so differently. Manifestation does actually happen through action, but where people misinterpret this is they try to force the action. They try to use logic and control and manipulation, and that's not the right type of action. The right type of action comes from the identity. So if you install the identity of somebody who already has what you desire and you step into alignment with that person, you embody them, you will automatically start to take the actions that will lead you to the result that you desire. So I want you to think about all of the actions that you take on a daily basis, and think about how many of those actions that you take are happening on autopilot, because you'll probably find that it's the vast majority of them. And some of those actions are really good, really positive. They're helping you get where you're going. They're helping you move through life safely and happily. But others are actually quite limiting. And sometimes we just don't question why we're actually doing them in the first place. I'm going to give you a list of examples that people take automatically every day. And that doesn't mean that they're necessarily negative or that we want to get rid of them, but it's just to bring some awareness of how we operate from our programming. Brushing your teeth every morning, looking both ways before you cross the road, holding doors open for people, saying bless you when somebody sneezes, eating at specific times, eating particular types of food, working at certain times of day even if you don't actually have a 9-to-5 job, exercising, not exercising, doing things like avoiding stepping in cracks on the pavement, making your bed in the morning or not making your bed in the morning, doing that weird little hand sign that everybody does when you want the bill at a restaurant, waiting for a green light at the Pelican Crossing even though there might not be any cars coming for as far as you can see, cheers in your glass, queuing up, voting for a specific political party over and over again, complaining about weather, being quiet in a library, always being extra early, always being late, dressing in a specific way, showering at the same time every single day, drinking from the same mug. And my favourite one, especially if you're British, you'll recognise this one, is when we walk through the woods on a countryside walk and we go, hiya. Because apparently we can only whisper hello to a stranger and it has to be hiya. So all of these things we are doing automatically because of our programming. We don't need to think about it. It just happens. We just do them. And again, I'm not saying that these are negative things at all. There's lots of things in there that in that list that were positive. I just want you to bring some awareness to how much of your behavior is happening automatically and not through your conscious choice. And aside from the actions that we do take automatically, there's also a lot of actions that don't happen because our programming and our identity doesn't align with those actions. So there might be things that you would really love to be able to do, or that you would really like to create in your life, a habit of doing them, but they don't feel natural because they don't align with the version of you who is currently living in this 3D reality. And this is why beliefs are so important when it comes to manifestation, and why you hear people in the manifestation world talking about the importance of your belief, because your belief systems make up your identity, and your identity is what will drive your behavior and therefore the results that you experience in your life. This is exactly why people find it so frustrating when they try to create a change in their life, because they're doing it through that forcing the 3D without ever changing the identity. They're going against the grain, and what happens is you have to use all of your willpower to make that change in the 3D, and then it's only a matter of time before you automatically go back to your programming. You can probably think of examples in your life where you've tried to create a change, you've wanted to make that change, you've known that that change will be beneficial for you, and yet it feels so hard. It's because it doesn't align with the identity and the programming that you're running off. So here is what I want you to take away from this video. As you go about your day, I want you to become the observer of your behavior. You're not doing this through a judgmental lens. You're doing this through a curious lens. I want you to look at all of the things that you do automatically, notice that you are doing them, and question, where has that behavior come from? Why do I do that automatically? What belief system is installed in my programming? What part of my identity is driving this behavior? And most importantly, is this in alignment with the version of me that I am becoming, the one who has my desired reality? Secondly, when you find a behavior that you don't like, that you don't want to continue with, one that is limiting you in some way, get clear on what action you would like to take instead, and what belief would align with that action. What identity can you install in your subconscious mind to make sure that that action becomes natural and normal for you? So I hope that you have found that useful. If you did, please share this with somebody else. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, to leave me an Apple review. I will be super grateful. And also, I have just created a brand new free community, completely free, where I'm going to be posting resources to help you embody what I'm talking about in these videos, so that you can actually put it into action in your life. And of course, if you are ready to go deeper into the law of assumption and conscious creation, come and join me inside Empowered as Fuck. I cannot wait to work with you, and I will see you in there. Bye.